What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? And we don't get it. And we don't get it. And we don't get it.
Shut it down.
And we don't get it.
Shut it down.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
And we don't get it.
Shut it down.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
This was a man that was detained
What do we want?
and custody was given to the Tarrant County Jail.
What do we want?
While in custody,
What do we want?
Now.
he lost his life.
No
This
peace.
is another incident that Tarrant County Sheriff's Department does not want to get no response to, because what they've said was, see, the thing that they're violating is the notice of next of kin. Every jail institutional division by law is ordered to notify the next of family first, before media, before the medical examiners, and everybody. But that's not what happens continuously here in Tarrant County. They either find out by news stories or somebody else. The medical, in this case, the medical examiner called the family to let them know that their kid was no longer with us. Instead of the Tarrant County Jail, Sheriff Wayborn letting them know that's not what happened. So that's a clear violation of the procedures.
Ho ho.
Wait, you have got to go. Hey, hey.
So Sheriff Wayborn,
You have got to go.
these people are out here for you. The lack of transparency and accountability that you prove to the citizens of Fort Worth, Tarrant County, that the citizens do not matter, no matter how many. How many more, Sheriff Wayborn? How many more are taken from their families before you decide to step down? Because obviously you're not doing your job.
No more deaths in Tarrant County.
No more death in Tarrant County.
TCJ happened to him.
There you go. Tarrant County Jail happened to him.
They didn't provide him medical assistance. They didn't provide him any help. They just let him die. They call for the doctor and they tell him, no, go back to your cell. And it's not fair. It has to stop. When did it happen? Last week. Trelynn was last week. My husband. It's 2019. It's been happening for a long time.
Yeah.
It has to end.
41 deaths, ma'am. 41. That's way too many.
Hey, hey. Ho, ho. You have got to read the news. Hey, hey.
Ho ho.
You have got to read the news.
Hey hey. Ho ho.
See? And she works in there.
Hey hey.
She works in there.
You have got to read the news.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the transparency. This is how much Sheriff Wayborn keeps everything under wraps. Even the employees that work inside don't even know what's going on.
Because we now get the attention that we need to let people know what's going on themselves. Because again, a lot of people don't know because a lot of people don't look at the news. Right. So we gotta, by us being out here, we bringing awareness to what is going on here in our community.
R. Palmer.
Continue to let the people know that we're not going to continue to tolerate this. And so we have to continue to be out here every single month. And until every family across the Dallas-Fort Worth area gets the justice that they need. We have to continue to be out here. And I will be going to the Commissioner Court next week, next Tuesday. I'm already going to talk to them. We're going to run into the new
Yeah, we're right across the Tarrant County Jail, the main one, and Tim Curry Criminal Justice Center. We're right here on the corner of West Weatherford and Taylor Street.
This guy that was elected as 500. So we have to make sure we let everybody in the community know how important it is for us to make sure that we get rid of this man and we get the justice for this house. This whole jail needs to be reformed. Terry County needs to be reformed. And that's what we got to focus on, is making sure that we get everything reformed. That's the biggest problem right now. Terry County has to be reformed. We can no longer allow every person to go. This young man makes 40 points left in Terry County. How many more? No more. How many more people have to bounce their heart? That enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. When one person dies. And now we're up to 41. And when I called up there this morning, I called up the Terry County Police Department, I let them know how to take the time here this morning. And I let them know, I said that we're not going to continue to step back and allow this to continue to happen. And I will continue to call. I'm encouraging everyone to continue to call. Get your friends and family to call. And continue to bug them until they come to some happen. I will be going to the court next week, not now, but next week. And it's in the custody of them. I'm not going to let that happen, What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
what do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Say his name.
Somebody take that chick off of
Say
here,
his
man.
name. What?
Karen, somebody take that shit off of here,
Plain
man.
and worldly.
Y'all better say his name.
Plain and worldly.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
I just want to say, in January 25th, Tarrant County Sheriff took custody of my son. And to me, of the word custody, what do that mean to you, sister?
That means supposed to be taking care of them, right?
What do it mean to you when they take custody of our loved ones?
That
Speak.
means that they have control over them. They're
That's
supposed
right.
to take care of them. They're supposed to
Responsible.
do whatever they have to do to keep them as a well-being.
That's right.
Tarrant County took custody over Traylon Worm. Took. What do custody mean to you?
Custody means to take care of my loved one while they're in our
Am I
custody.
right?
He's dead. He died in Tarrant County custody. No more. No more.
No more.
A great life gone.
Right. That's why we have to continue to make sure that we continue to fight for justice and make sure that this don't ever happen again. And the only way we're going to be able to do that, we're going to have to stand together, get more people to be out here, and continue to let them know that this We're not gonna continue to allow this to happen. 41 persons, 41 deaths is way too many. When enough is enough. We can't keep this going, y'all. This whole Terry County jail, we are demanding whoever becomes the next sheriff or whoever becomes the next county judge. What we saying to the new county judge, whoever becomes, they need to clean houses. We need to demand that they clean houses. And this whole Terry County, they're not really just Terry County, but all across the state of Texas, all across the country, needs to be reformed. That's the number one thing that we need to see happen. The whole county across the country needs to be reformed. Because of what happened. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. You would expect, when you go to that county, you would expect that to be the most safe place to be in this community. But it's not. It's almost like, when you bring up with the loved ones go out, it's almost like that we're not going to come back. So, and then the liver condition, I've heard by so many people that got out of jail that the liver condition is unsanitized. It's not good. They also complain about financial. So we got a lot of major problems going on in the county jail where, now I'm not saying that you know, unless they say, well, we don't want the people to be comfortable. We're not saying to be comfortable. Well, what we are saying is, if you don't have these people in here, let them be able to have the same thing anybody else has. Don't treat them different. Treat everybody. I don't care what type of crime they do. It does not take away that this young man should be dead. Nobody should be dead. You are not God. You're not the one that does. So what I'm saying to you today is, the county got to do a better job than what they've been doing. 41 deaths is just way too many. This young lady was calling for help. She kept calling down there. She kept going down there talking to me and telling them that her son needed medical attention.
Really, what she asked for was her son to be changed to a medical pod where they can observe him and be more observant of his issues medically, mentally, whatever it is. They ignored her. She kept calling. She came up here personally, and they still ignored her. Now her son's gone. What does a parent do, though? Everything they've known to do, they do, and they still get ignored because of a crooked system.
That's just like, I got a 15-year-old son. So if my 15-year-old son, anything happen to him, you know who it falls down on? It falls on me. That means the Child Protective Service is going to come look at me. Who do we got protecting our people? Who do we got protecting them? When the Terry County is people acting? Nobody.
It seems like nobody right now.
Nobody. Nobody cares.
They're all full of them.
It's all of it. This right here is all about money. Billions of dollars is coming into this, but they can't even fix it up, have better food, and make sure that everybody has the medical that they need to get.
And this is the Tarrant County Jail. And the one that runs the Tarrant County Jail is Sheriff Wayborn. The same one that we've been exposing.
So what we have to do in a situation like this,
And the one that doesn't want to prosecute these guards or this institution is Sharon Wilson, because she protects them.
Down in the custody of Tarrant County. We have to keep on pushing it. We talked about this yesterday. Me and her did. We're going to continue to protest. We're going to do it once a month. But we cannot allow this to go down, y'all, because what's going to happen, they're going to continue to do this. And I hope the next time we come together, I hope that we have more people to come out. Because we have to show and let people know that enough is enough for all of us. We have to. That's what and everybody that want to show up, if you want to speak at the commission part that too, you got to sign up before 9 o'clock. I mean, sign up before 10 o'clock. Everybody, let's get together. Get as many people as possible to come down there at the Terry County Commission and speak to let them know how we feel about what's going on. And sometimes the head man that's over Terry County Sheriff Department, he be there. That's who I really want to see directly. So we all need to be there. If we can get as many people as possible let you know. But we were just there. Well, May wasn't it? May we were just there. And now we looking at what? 2 months later. 20 months later. Okay. And what they let us know is they're not nothing to be said. They don't, what they say, they don't give down about what we say. Because this place is all of this. You're not even a person. You are individual, but no. And they looking at each individual.
She knew who that was.
It's obvious to tell. Because if they did not care, if they didn't care, if they did not, we wouldn't have that many people that died in that place. We have to get off this place. Get off. You come in to be alive, you prefer to go to the court today. You prefer to come home. Talk to his mother. She was crying. Anxious to come home. After the court day. That is wrong. And I allow you. Still got to of what they did. Every person, they go to their face. When she asked for medical attention for her son, he should have been able to get it with no questions asked. I don't give a damn about you said it's not enough room. It's not enough room. You make sure he gets whatever he got to get. Make some room. You make room for everything else. Yeah, come on. Wait till you come in. And that's what we have to say when we go down there. We got to let them know. We ain't going down there the bag, we ain't going down there to talk to them, we ain't getting a flag, we're going down there to business to let them know what has happened is wrong. We're not at 41 persons that have died. This has got to stop. They're going to show it out. They're going to be scared. They're going to want to know. Now, next thing, but I want you to make sure you send this to the county judge. You know, he don't care now, y'all. Because
It's crazy, man. This man never had a chance. And that just shows you the level of the trash department that we're dealing with, right? Because when it comes to medical, psychiatric, psychology, psychological help, they don't understand it. You know, the process where you go in, it's a person. She interviews you for a total of 3 to 5 minutes, right? And all they do is ask you basic stuff, and then it's up to that person whether you deserve to be housed in a medical unit, a regular unit, or a special unit.
It's not a joke to us. It's not a joke to us. You taking our reason. This is not a joke.
We're talking about that one over there laughing and shit. They think it's funny over there. See? This is why we're here. This is the type of motherfuckers we deal with. Look. Yeah, they don't get a full assessment, so they don't know about no medical. They don't know about no, and that's the mentality all of them have. It's funny when a person complains about medical. It's funny when a person says they're having problems breathing. It's funny when a person has problems having seizures. It's funny. It's all funny until he loses his life. Then no one knows nothing. No one has nothing to say. They hide behind lies, deceit, all at the instruction of Wayborn, Sheriff Wayborn. But
Well, the Wilson was about to be gone because they got rid of a particular person.
I know.
But that's all right. 'Cause we're still working on that. And Wilson will be gone. That's the will.
We're gonna make sure.
There's no reason why, if these inmates are seeking medical help, that you should deny them. That is their God-given civil right. That's what I have to say. There's no way that anybody should tell you, I need to see the nurse, and then they end up dead less than 3 hours later.
see what I mean?
Because you let them go back to their cell and choke and die in misery. And you probably watched them die. But then you'll sit up here and you'll lie to us. And you'll tell us, oh, they didn't die here at Tarrant County Jail. They died at JPS.
It doesn't matter.
No,
It's a
your
lie.
ass
It's
don't
still-
want to be held liable. And
It
that's
doesn't
what the
matter if
real
they
is.
died on
You
the
don't
street.
want to take accountability for the lives that are being lost under your care.
And that's the
And
procedure
what
they
hurts
have.
me.
And y'all
They'll
look
get
at this,
sick
y'all.
here,
It doesn't
right?
matter if
And they'll
if it was
transfer
a
them
hospital,
and release
doesn't
them
matter
to
if
the
it was
custody
here.
of the hospital,
The
so
bottom
that way
line
they don't
is-
die in the
Yeah.
hospital, in the
That's
custody
what we have to look
of
at.
Tarrant
I
County.
don't give a damn
So
what
they died at
say,
the hospital.
that he didn't die here. I'm looking at the fact that he was in your custody. And he died in their custody. So that's the problem. That's the problem to me. That's a major problem to me. You're still responsible from the time that they leave that jail cell to all the way to that JPS. You're still responsible.
Still responsible.
Like anybody, any one of us have our kids. Take them to the hospital. Still responsible. Still reliable. And if anything happens, what's going to happen? They will call the Child Protection Service.
Yeah, on us.
But who will call when they arrive? You have to look at that. Who will call when they in the room? And that's what we have to look at. See, it was supposed to be in the title of our book. I found the commission. I was community leader. But you see, there ain't nowhere to find. That's why it's important that we get the right people elected and we clean house. That guy that's over the sheriff department, he is an elected official here in the county. He's elected by who? The people. So we got to make sure that the next person get in, we got to make sure that they do the right thing. That's what we got to make sure, y'all. All right.
The blood is on your hands.
The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands.
Yes. Right.
This is working tomorrow. So you actually can sign up and pay the fine. There's a number of people in there earlier today. I'll be giving something. Another subject. A couple ideas so that you can kind of spread how many times you get to speak and address the sheriff specifically. On the agenda tomorrow, I looked. Of course, sign up for what's called general public comment. You can talk about whatever you want, including the idea that they need to just go ahead and ask the FBI to investigate the 41 deaths, because nobody local is going to do it, not Sharon Wilson. We know this, okay? The other thing is, the sheriff is on the agenda 200 times. You're allowed to speak for 3 minutes on any agenda item that involves the sheriff specifically. Dive into the agenda when you go tomorrow or next Tuesday or whenever, bring other folks to speak. One of them, it seems silly, but one of them is the sheriff has to get permission for some of the deputies to travel other places. What I say is, until the sheriff gets his act together and solves this problem, no sheriff's deputy, no staff should be leaving the county for training or parties or Washington, D.C. Because if you don't know, this particular sheriff is directly tied to that January 6th insurrection. I was hoping it would come up with the paper here before. The thing is this guy's so absentee. This is one of those, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Yeah. So the staff is so irresponsible in the jail, whether it's the medical part of it or who they fingerprint or blame. If you check, since Wayborn's been the sheriff, and this many deaths have happened.
Yes, that's where we're at, Melissa.
We taxpayers have paid for Wayborn to go to
Tarrant County Jail
for white supremacist training in California. I'm not exaggerating. So when you realize that we paid for that, you know what, to go to another state for 2 weeks and learn how to take over the county if Trump had succeeded in the insurrection. That's the article that came out on Wednesday in this paper right here, the Portland Weekly. It's incredible when you realize exactly how corrupt it actually is. It's not just bad management. It's not just racist or poor people that they're ignoring. They're violating civil rights every time one of those tragedies happen. And so the district attorney is on her way out. The sheriff is not on his way out. He has 2 more years. He's not up for election. There is the possibility we could get a petition to force the county commissioners to call a special election. Only sheriffs can be removed out. It's different than a recall. It's not easy. You need 25,000 legitimate signatures, but we're completely counting. My attitude is, between the jail deaths and the failing inspection and him being a traitor to the United States and the Constitution, and all the civil rights violations, he ought to be removed.
Yes.
And so it's terrible because family after family like yours keeps having to tell their story and speak his name because no one even locally is paying attention. Another tip that works really well if you go speak, find out which one of the 5 commissioners is yours. Whether it's Brooks or Devin Allen or one of the other 2 guys, or the county judge is supposed to be their office. Call them out by name and say, I'm holding you personally accountable. This is over your head, so just go ahead and call the FBI in.
Yeah.
Is that really, at this point, this is a Justice Department level problem. No other city or county in the country has this number of jail. If you do the math, in the period that 41 people died, about 10,000 prisoners stayed in the jail for a week. 10,000 were friends, family, and neighbors, and strangers. And the ratio of dying is 1 out of 250 people. 41 goes into 10,000, actually 1 out of 230 people goes to the jail. That's horrible. I mean, we compare them to Dallas or Houston. We're the worst. And most of them are unnecessary deaths. If you ever have a question, see me, or after this, or any other time, see me, tips on how to be effective speaking in the city or the county. I can tell you what to say, but I'll always help you out to be more effective. You got the nerve to speak twice, that's sheriff has to stand up after them. They don't public comment, he's not allowed.
Here.
Run over here afterwards.
Family up here, man. As people came to speak out about the injustice, Tarrant County Jail, the hands of Sheriff Wayborn, who doesn't hold none of his bailiffs, sheriffs accountable for any of the crimes they commit against anyone in this jail. Because inside, when you write a complaint, it gets investigated by the jail. And of course, you know how that goes. They found nothing wrong. The officers was within policies, which they never are. And in case this one, they violated a policy and procedure of notifying the next of kin first. The medical examiner got a hold of them, not the Tarrant County Jail, the Tarrant County Sheriff. Bill Wayborn did not get a hold of anyone. Because the sheriff, wants to hide all this. He wants everybody to think that his jail is going perfect. That way y'all could keep giving him money, and he's over here trying to hype up people to vote for this and that. Nah. If you endorse Bill Wayborn, anyone you endorse, they're not gonna go nowhere because you're trash. I'm gonna start a petition to get Wayborn out of there. So I'm gonna be asking everyone to help me sign this petition. I need 25% of the population. This is the Tarrant County Jail, notoriously known for taking the lives of the people that it's in charge to take care of. Just as real. So, Dirty D, what's up? Robert LW, Melissa.
Thank you.
So,
We'll be doing it again next month.
thank you everybody for being here. Please share this, let people know.
They welcome to come.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you have to live in Tarrant County. White beard, you already know. No, I don't think you have to live here to complain. You just say that you know, my hands are not good. I still have to get my surgery to attach my tendon on my thumb right here. And then I broke my hand defending myself, so I'm getting better. But I just want to thank everybody for being here. Okay, I'll get on it. I'll make sure. Thanks, Dirty D. I'll start it. I'll get on it today to start it. Mr. 5 Baseball, appreciate you. KJ. Lou. All right, everybody be careful out there, man. Stay tuned. You never know.